Hey, how's it going? Today we're looking at Bunker Punks, a brand new fast-paced roguelite FPS developed by Ninja Robot Dinosaur. Yes, that is the actual developer's name. It is a... how should I place this? Sort of a Doom style, sort of paranautical activity style FPS, really. With very minor roguelite elements apart from having procedurally generated levels. But let's not mince words and just start up a new game. I have been playing this for a couple of hours now and I have mixed feelings about it, but we'll get into that momentarily. Start up a new game. So yeah, the game has 4 difficulties: easy, normal, expert, brutal. I'm not sure what the difference is. I'm guessing just how hard enemies hit, because if they added any more enemies, it would be kind of a clusterfuck. You'll see later. Let's start with normal. This seems like a good entry point to show the regular type of game. And when you start a new run, you get to choose from one of 6 characters. I managed to unlock one, Cleopatra Rex. And basically what happens is you start a game with 1 recruit, 1 punk, as you would, and they all have very minor differences, but ultimately play somewhat differently. And if you upgrade your base, which you'll see later, you can have multiple punks in your party, which I'll get into that a bit later. So what are the actual differences? Well, all of them have a special ability, and they apparently also have an ultra ability and a passive ability, but I have no idea how to unlock that. Most likely from post-run unlocks or maybe New Game Plus or anything like that. And as you can see, they have quite a few differences, but ultimately quite minor ones. For example, Mollipop has a bit more armor, is about the same speed, has a bit more life, but she's more proficient into pistols, while as Dallas Beach is more proficient in shotguns and has a different special ability. I actually have no idea what Step Back does. I can't find any description saying what it does. Neither do I have any idea what Bow Down also means. I could assume, but I have no idea. One-shot shield is thankfully pretty self-explanatory. It blocks a single shot. Kinda useful. But for the sake of this purpose, for the sake of this little quick view, let's try out Molly. She's the most basic kind of punk. She uses a pistol. That should give you a better example. The fall began in 2019. Over the course of 5 years, pandemics, food shortages, and war ravaged the world's population and infrastructure. In the chaos, corporations asserted control over the people with an army of drones and private security forces. To ensure their safety and maintain high quarterly returns, corporate shareholders and employers were housed in private bunkers in walled cities. Outside of the corporate bunkers, humanity suffered. Starvation, disease, and violence became the normal. Inspired by Prophet Zero, pirate broadcaster gangs of armed rebels began raiding the corporate strongholds for supplies. These rebels are the Bunker Punks. That scrolls and disappears a bit too fast for the amount of bullshit they're saying, but hey. So yeah, you start the game, and every time you start the game, you start in an elevator, and when the loading screen says press any key, if you press left click, you will always fire the single bullet. I don't know why that is. Seems like a glitch. Hopefully they fix it. And this is how the game looks. A bit of a Doom style, a bit of a paranautical activity style, just a bit more sprite-based rather than voxel-based. I kind of like the aesthetic, to be honest. Also, I am playing on quite a high...
Lock and load.
Quite a high FOV, so the game looks a bit weird. I do apologize. It's just much nicer to play it, and as you can see, the game is not very well designed for high FOV, because the moment you go to a wall, yeah, you can see the world, and you can see enemies already waiting for me. Lovely. And yeah, the basic principle of the game is to progress through rooms which are not locked in any way, and you can leave and run into at any time. And to find the exit, go through it, collect some gear along the way, collect some credits, some tech, and other goods along the way, and survive. And then eventually reach the final area, which is the organization's HQ. Beat that, and I assume the game ends. It does not go into an automatic New Game Plus mode or anything. There's quite a bit of a variety of enemies, but they all function on a very same principle. They either charge at you and explode, or they just shoot you from long range. And I am not doing too well, and this game is kind of annoying to play when you're commentating. Because, well, as you probably have noticed, bullets are not that noticeable. Let's go ahead here.
Alright.
So yeah, at the end of the little level, you get a bit of a tally of where you're standing. These green things in the middle, they are credits. Use that to purchase upgrades for your base, equipments, and maybe heal yourself as well. We're using a vendor. And this is tech, which is basically, if you've seen my Wizard of Legend little quick view, it works the same as Essence, where as you do a run, you accumulate Essence, and when you eventually game over, you get to unlock a few different things and get more variety. And to be honest, this is quite a big problem for me in this game. It is the lack of actual variety. The game, for the most part, at least at this point, seems extremely uncreative. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, the shooting is extremely flaccid. Flaccid in the sense of there is no recoil whatsoever. It's just point and spam and it will go directly where it's aimed. There's no recoil nor anything apart from, like, say, a shotgun, which of course has some spread. All the guns feel exactly the same. You point, you shoot, you click. And later on, enemies become quite spammy. Even if you have all of the maximum damage upgrades you can get, or at least I think you can get for the most part, it becomes quite annoying because all it is just, like, dodge those bullets, go in, and just spam click it till it dies and move on to the next one. Playing this game slowly and shittily by just going around every corner and just picking enemies piece by piece, one by one, seems to be far more effective than playing it like Doom 2016 style and just jumping around all over the place and just being a nuisance. Or at least it seems to me like that. And there's also the issue of the actual pickups that you can get. You might have noticed I have found a couple of weapons before. I think I found an assault rifle. I picked up in my pouch a shotgun that I'm going to sell later for extra cash. And I've also found a pistol, like this one here. They're all exactly the same. There's no, like, enhanced pistol or modified pistol that, say, like, has a firing rate, a higher firing rate, or does more damage but has to reload or anything. No, like, everything feels exactly the same and does the exact same amount of damage. As far as I know, there's 4 basic archetypes, and it's pistol, assault rifle, shotgun, and a grenade launcher. And apparently there's something along the lines of melee weapons, but I have no idea what the hell melee is in this game. There's no key for it, or at least it's hidden very well. Even the key bindings don't tell you. And that's it. And they all feel exactly the same, apart from the shotgun, for obvious reasons, because it's a fucking shotgun. It's supposed to feel a bit different. But apart from that, everything feels the same, but I'll get back to that. So yeah, once you beat a little area, which is usually 2 or 3, or I think the final level is 5 areas, you get back to your bunker base and you can get a few upgrades, not too many. I know later on, when you do enough playthroughs and acquire enough tech, you can unlock different, well, extra rooms that will have more bonuses, but yeah, they don't really change your game too much. It's like gonna be the same thing for the most part. Okay, so currently I can build 2 types of rooms. Thankfully I have only 2 rooms that I can build, and only 2 spaces to build them on, so that's okay. So yeah, let's buy a firing range and let's buy a infirmary, which will heal me 5 HP per floor, and this will give me an extra slot for a weapon, which can be a bit useful if you want the grenade launcher. I guess it fires a bit differently than a pistol or an assault rifle. And then you can add little additions to it until there's 4 for the firing room and I think 5 for the healing one for the infirmary. So you have to choose, but since you don't have any at the start, it's a bit bare bones. And yeah, this is the most boring choice I've ever had in a roguelite. Hey, do you want more damage with shotguns or do you want more damage with handguns? I guess handguns, because we're rolling handguns. And for infirmary, it's not too much better. Increase max health. Great. Stats. Very interesting. Punks heal when they do combo attacks. Great. Stats. Very passive bonuses that do not change any way you play. So yeah, we upgraded our pistol damage by a bit, and you kind of want to do that as fast as possible because the enemies are quite spammy. You can also go to one of two vendors, or at least so far one of two vendors. Maybe you unlock more along the way. I've gotten about halfway through a run, and then I just eventually die because I lose patience because it just becomes peek and shoot, but I digress. So yeah, you can go to Bullet Bay, and she can buy your crap or also sell you some crap. And every day well, after every level, her loot changes, so there is some incentive to go and check. And tech scroll is kind of annoying. Deal more damage with explosive attacks? Yeah, not so useful considering we use a pistol. Assault armor, greater all-around protection. Maybe. But we do have a skate hoodie, which improves melee damage and provides light armor, but I don't have any idea how to melee, so let's sell that. Let's get this, so we survive a bit longer, and assault helmet. Also, great protection, skate helmet, improves damage, melee damage, and yeah. Do you see a pattern here? Because I sure as hell do. Everything in this game provides passive bonuses. Either it's more damage or more protection. That's it. No fun quirks like, say, oh, you suddenly shoot 3 bullets at a time per burst, but now there's a slight delay between each burst, or hey, now your shotgun sets enemies on fire or freezes them or anything. No. It's just more damage, more spammy damage. And you need the damage, so it's less spammy, but it's still spammy, so who gives a shit? So yeah. Once you've bought all your crap, you can go to one of the locations on a splitting road, depending on where you want to go. I actually do not have any idea what the different floors actually do. Here, both of these places have 3 floors. This one starts with a medical floor, then security floor. This one alternates a little bit. And then later on, like, there's a logistics floor and a defense floor, security floors, yep, executive floors, blah blah blah, R&D. I'm guessing that means different types of enemies, maybe? Otherwise, I actually have no idea, because the loot is all the same. It's all just the same base weapons and the same base armors that you can buy and purchase and find in level 1.
Okay, Molly.
And it's the same amount of tech and credits that you can get. It's just the difference of what kind of enemies maybe you fight. I'm not sure. There is variety, but as I mentioned before, the enemies for the most part are either stand around and shoot, fly around and shoot, or damn it, I missed that tech, or charge you and do melee damage, or suicide bomb themselves. Very interesting. Why did they make these little birdies so annoying to shoot by making them so flat? I have no idea. I'm gonna blame the developers on that one. Not the smartest design. If we're lucky, you'll see a very similar flying enemy that just charges at you and then explodes, which have a much nicer hitbox and is much more fun to shoot it, albeit in its recoilless, very samey, very boring type of nature. Yeah, these ones. At the very least, they're fun to shoot because their hitbox is not annoying. And honestly, this is the entire game. It is going through level to level, and like, here's the biggest problem with this game. The only actual room you need to clear is the actual final one before the elevator. The rest ones you could just run through, and actually let's just do that. Let's just try to find the exit as soon as we can. And all of the areas get a bit samey, and there's no minimap key or anything like that, so it's very easy to get confused and lost and return to where you came from. Of course, mind you, just follow the corpses. If you see corpses, you've obviously been there. Some rooms don't have corpses. It gets even more annoying and confusing. Like here, since I'm commenting, this is especially bad. I am so sorry. Yeah, I've been here. Fuck. Okay, new area. So yeah, fuck these guys. I'm not gonna even bother. I'm just gonna run through. And there we go. Exit room. This one we have to deal with. The hitboxes are quite tiny, to be honest, so it kind of like decentivizes you from actually moving around and, you know, just having fun and playing it quick, because it's kind of hard to hit, but it's the kind of hard where it's just like just grating. it's just very grating to try and aim for these tiny hitboxes. You just kind of have to stop and
Here we
shoot.
go.
Otherwise, you're just going to be, like, wasting bullets. And if you're using, like, say, the pistol... Oh, the pistol is kind of horrible in that aspect because you will run out of bullets extremely fast. Like, really stupid fast. Like, the shotgun, from what I've experienced, is a bit better. But since I haven't upgraded the shotgun in the slightest, it will do piss damage. So I kinda have to use the pistol. And the pistol runs out of bullets extremely fast, and I eventually do get tired of actually just clicking. I can't hold left click to spray fire or anything like that. I kind of have to just spam click it all the effing time. Oh yeah, special ability. Step back. No idea what it does. Maybe more damage? I'm not sure if it's still in effect. That's not clear. Oh, wait. I have a hypothesis.
Got it.
Maybe it increases my armor temporarily. What could step back actually mean? Doesn't
Got it.
do anything per se. Doesn't like travel me back in time or anything.
All right.
Oh well. Yeah, some clarity in these special abilities would be helpful, and I am very interested on what the actual ultimate abilities are and the passive abilities as well, but I can almost guarantee the passive ability is going to be like Pistol Whiz. Do increase 50% pistol damage
Here we
instead
go.
of 25. Oh gee, great. That's very, very interesting. And because there's no real change, I'm already kind of bored with it. Because it's always the same, to be honest. Yeah, it's procedurally generated, but procedurally generated is usually a good thing when it's high variance. When the variance is high, it is fun to experience it over and over again because you don't know what's going to happen. Like Wizard of Legend, or Binding of Isaac, or Enter the Gungeon. Here, you pretty much know what's going to happen. And that's very boring. Like, you're just going to go into a room, there's going to be an enemy. All of the areas will have this very samey kind of aesthetic design. I'm gonna be shooting the same gun over and over again. Maybe I'll try and mix it up and get a shotgun or an assault rifle, or maybe try my hand at the grenade launcher, but I probably won't swap out of it because, hey, it's way more important to upgrade your melee weapons damage rather than your sidearm because, hey, it's spammy enough as is. And oh god, I'm doing a bad job dodging those.
Free and clear.
And I really want to believe that the game is much better later on once you've unlocked like at least 20 things or something, and it really picks up after you've unlocked 30. But do I really want to subject myself to this type of gameplay for this long for it to maybe get good? I kind of don't. Oh, there we go. Baseball bat. Well, for the sake of science and experience, let's actually buy that baseball bat and check out what it actually is, because I've never even seen it, so apparently it has to be a melee thing, which I think is gonna be a bad idea for a multitude of reasons, because, as I previously mentioned, it kind of really incentivizes you to just... yeah, let's look like that. To just kind of peek, shoot out of a safe hallway you cleared before and just go and go and go and go, but
Molly,
yeah.
You got this.
Oh god. Okay, thankfully they're slow and they're not shooting at me immediately. Since I don't have any upgrades towards it, this is not very effective. Granted, it doesn't use ammo, so that's nice, but yeah. I've also had this really messed up situation of just starting a new run and starting without any ammo and starting with a pistol, and there's no way I could have done anything, because if you've noticed, the pickups apart from like weapons and armor, if you want to step in this, and I managed to miss it. Yeah, as you can see, ammo and other pickups eventually disappear, so you kind of have to pick them up fast. And you can go into the situation where you don't have a melee weapon and you only have a ranged weapon, and you're out of ammo and you can't progress, because remember, you have to clear only the last screen to actually beat the floor. And without ammo, you can't really do anything. Yeah, sure, there's containers, but you can't break them. You have to shoot at them or use a melee weapon. So you can just literally screw yourself over by, say, shooting things and being unable to pick up the ammo drop in time. Thankfully, the ammo drops do come quite frequently, so there's never a case of like, oh god, I'm out of ammo like 90% of the time. No, it's just like, okay, great, I can see a pickup, I kind of have to do a mad dash, and I'm lost again. Fantastic. I really wish there was a map, or at the very least the map didn't fucking sway and turn around everywhere, or at least was bigger or something. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Because the map is quite tiny, to be honest. Just shows, yeah, here's another enemy. They charge at you. And like, for example, these guys, this would be a bitch to actually get close to, because, yeah, you get a bit too close, they instantly do damage to you. Not fun, and I'm probably gonna die because I'm not really paying attention, and I'm getting quite bored with peek and shooting. Peek and shoot. Explode it. Later on, peek and shoot kind of stops working all that well because, yeah, you just keep running out of ammo. For the most part, this game could be quite good
Made it.
if they just added actual variety. Things that give you a very obvious change in how you actually play the game. Because right now, all it is just spam click the same dot till it dies, and then get upgrades so you have to click a few times less. That's it. I want flaming bullets. I want bullets that home into my enemies. I want a charged laser or something, which I might get later on, but I'm not sure. And also, goddammit, make the projectiles from the enemies bigger, because sometimes it's really hard to notice that they're actually shooting. Can we beat this area and not die?
Sweet.
Potentially, but I'm losing patience in the game. And the projectiles are not fun to dodge in the slightest. So we might better blow this up before I explode myself, because that has happened before. And I'm dead. And that's Bunker Punks. Yeah, I got blasted. Tonight, Bunker Punks from across the nation will remember her actions. Or not. I sure as hell won't. I've done, I think, 4 runs of the game, and for the most part, they've all been the same. And this is the little van that lets you unlock some extra things, and yeah, look at that. New armor. Increases pistol damage. Okay. New bunker room. Gym. No idea what it does. New bunker upgrade. You can build 1 additional room in your bunker. Great. I guess that's useful to then build the gym. And the other 4 buildings that I can build throughout the entire game. You see what I mean? It's just like, I'm guessing the gym like is, yeah, increases speed, melee damage, armor, and health. Whoop-de-fucking do. It's just more passives. It gets boring. It really gets boring. For me, at least, I am already bored, like 1.5 hours in, 2 hours in. I can't guarantee it's gonna get any better. It might. I don't know. I really can't stomach it past the amount of time I've actually stomached it. But if it does seem like your cup of tea and you've played way too much Paranormal Activity, or what's that other one? Tower Guns, I think? Yeah. You've played those games, which are very, very good games, to be honest. Hard-ass, fun games. And you really need something new, like really need something new? Check out Bunker Punks, I guess. It's 15 euros or your regional equivalents. Personally, not a fan. But I digress. If you liked the video, please press that like button. It does help that out a great deal. And if you want to see more content like this, please do subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.